Okay, hello everyone. My name is Nicole, if you don't know, and today I thought it'd be kind of different, fun, interesting to film a video where I don't really edit it much and I don't censor it, like unfiltered, uncensored Nicole, about self-care questions and kind of give you guys advice on like self-care and kind of what that pertains to. Actually, fun fact, I tried to do a podcast and I think I got like a couple episodes in until I realized I was really not feeling it, but I think I had a really good idea for the podcast and like a really good name for it. So yeah, this can be just like my podcast, even though it's not really my podcast because it's not something that, I don't know, maybe people like it, and yeah. But anyways, it's almost 12 right now, so like it's kind of late at night, which is why I have these random, like, I was about to say blue and then point to this light, but this light is like magenta and this light is blue, and I feel like, if I'm being completely honest, these two colors of light together just like make my acne go away, so that's kind of why I have it. But anyways, question time. Okay, so the first question is, what does our culture say about self-care? I feel like it's been very much a movement lately to be doing self-care, to be taking time for yourself, to have like kind of a triangle of, you know, yourself, relationships, and then like friendships or like other relationships, family, stuff like that. But I definitely feel like self-care wasn't encouraged until recently, because I didn't really like know about it until I became a teenager and was like, oh, maybe I should be implementing like a skincare routine, you know, a night where I don't go on my phone, a time where I like take care of myself. I feel better when I do XYZ, you know. So I feel like it's become more culturally appropriate to take care of yourself, and I think that's awesome, because personally when I do self-care stuff I feel better and I feel more like myself and just more chill, and it really calms me down and makes me just feel good about everything. So yeah, what would be your ideal self-care routine? I'll tell you what I actually do when I have a self-care night. So usually it's after like a really busy day. So I'll come home, I'll usually make myself dinner, but it will usually be an air fryer dinner because I don't feel like messing around with anything if I have just come home from a busy day. So I'll eat dinner, watch a movie, maybe watch some Vampire Diaries, I don't know, who knows. And then I'll go back into my room and I'll pick out a nice comfy outfit, take an everything shower, and then do my skincare routine and just make sure everything's like super in-depth, taking my time, have my AirPods in, probably listen to Olivia Rodrigo, of course, because I don't know if you know this, but I have tickets to her concert in March and I'm really excited. So I'll do that, and then I'll just probably either hang out with a best friend or maybe call my cousin. I don't know, like talking to people, it really gets me in a good mood. So that's probably like what I would say. Also, a good self-care, not skincare, self-care routine cannot be complete without Aquaphor. This stuff, guys, is life-changing. Okay, let me tell you. Actually, pause for a second. So before I discovered Aquaphor, I was using chapstick brand chapstick, and I felt like I had to reapply every 5 seconds. Like I was like, my lips are already chapped and I just applied. But with Aquaphor, I feel like I can lather it up more, and I bought the big tube because let me show you how much is in here. This whole thing saved my life so many times. Oops, you can't even see the label. I'll do the Beauty Guru. Oh, it just focused then. Okay, Aquaphor. That kind of looks like a cool shot, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, definitely just do what makes you feel good. If reading books make you feel good. I also love doing arts and crafts, like making friendship bracelets, crocheting. I did a couple diamond paintings, that was really fun. I like trying new hairstyles on myself. Like today, this isn't a new hairstyle, but it's definitely a way that I wind down, is just by doing hairstyles on myself. That's why you normally see me in like braids and stuff, but recently I haven't been doing that. Anyways, that was a really long answer. Next question. What is the most helpful thing you are doing for yourself right now? Honestly, this might sound weird, but I think the most helpful thing I'm doing for myself right now is watching Survivor, because I'm on my phone 24/7 since it's winter break, and winter break is like 2 more weeks. I'm not getting back to school until January 27th. Hello. But I've noticed that I've been on TikTok recently, like a lot. Like every time I open my phone, it's either TikTok or Instagram. And Instagram I love because it's not like the same culture as TikTok, but TikTok I feel like has just become so not good for anybody. Like it's all people who are trying to sell you something. It's all advertisements, or just people who are like, I don't know, like it's not funny anymore, and it's not fun for me anymore. So I feel like watching Survivor, which I'm watching a new season, I'm watching the Millennials versus Gen X season. No spoilers in the comments, but I feel like watching that, I'm very invested in these people and everything. So I feel like I'm just not as, what's the word? I'm not like going on my phone as much watching TikToks, because I'm watching Survivor. And I feel like that in turn has made me a little bit more happier, if that makes sense. So yeah. Which area of your life do you feel the most stress? Again, I'm on winter break. But I normally feel the most stress for school and or jobs, which is like my entire life. But last semester school was not bad. I feel like this semester it might amp up a little bit because I'm not taking video classes this semester. I'm taking sociology, leadership classes, which are hard. Video classes are hard too, but in their own ways. Like they're very different. Like I'm taking a major and a minor that don't really make sense together, but they also kind of complement each other at the same time, and they're very, very different, separate things. Like it's crazy. So I would say that's what causes stress. Also, like finding a job is very stressful, and it's just hard to know what I want to do with my life, because I'm about to graduate, so that's also a big stressor, because it's like I know what I want to do, but I don't know how to do it, you know? So yeah, I feel like all these questions are based on myself. So I feel like I want to find questions that are like more advice related. Advice, self-care questions to ask girls. Thought-provoking. No, I want like this is like kind of hard, because I know that I'm not really gonna edit this video at all, which I obviously already said, but I also don't want this video to be super boring. I guess like a question I can answer while I'm looking for this is like, how do you get into a self-care routine? And honestly, it can be hard, because a lot of people don't know what makes them feel good, and I think that's the first step to a self-care routine, is knowing what makes you feel good. So I think just trying different things, honestly. I know it's really hard, but you have to try new things in order to know, also this is my foot, lol, in order to know what you truly love to do as far as self-care goes. I mean, if you truly don't know, like, you can obviously follow someone else's routine and see if you like that. You can try different products out. I feel like self-care has become so commercialized though. Like, it's like you need the like eye things and you need the skincare and all that stuff, but that's not, it is self-care, and if you love doing that, I'm not judging you. I feel like that's awesome. That's not how I prefer to do my self-care. Like, I like to do cleaning more than anything. Like, I feel like I clean myself, I clean my room, I clean my bathroom, and I'm normally a very messy person, but I've become a really, not necessarily tidy, but like significantly less messy than I was freshman year of college and senior year of high school for sure. So yeah, just knowing also how you want your spaces is a huge part of self-care, because, you know, if you don't like the space you're living in, you're not gonna feel good about anything, you know? So liking the space you're living in, I know that's not possible for everyone, and it's really, really, really hard to like the place you're living in. Like, trust me, I know it's very hard to find a place where you fit in and find a place, an apartment, a house, a bungalow, I don't know, wherever you want to live. Not judging, but I don't know, if you like cats, get a cat. If you like root beer, I randomly saw root beer in the corner of my eyes, so if you like that, get some root beer always on hand, and, you know, make it homely and maximize your space just the way you want to. How do you make the most out of each day? I'm kind of changing the questions here because they're all questions about me, and I'm like, this isn't about me. I mean, it is, but it's not, you know? I think you make the most out of every single day by doing whatever you want to do. And I feel like it is that simple. And if you don't know what you want to do, it's not that simple. But I definitely feel like you shouldn't be held back by what other people think of you, and you shouldn't use that as anything other than like, oh, that's what someone thinks about me, like, I don't care, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I'm a person, I guess I'm not the best at giving like day-to-day how to make the most out of every day, because I truly know what I want, and I know what I want to do with my days and everything. I know what makes me happy. I know a lot about myself. So because I'm a person, I guess. I guess. I'm not guessing that I'm a person. I'm just guessing that I know a lot about myself. But I think truly you just have to find out what you love to do, and a lot of people will think that a day in bed and a day scrolling through your phone or scrolling, watching Netflix in your bed is a day wasted, but I honestly think that is one of the most productive days, because I feel like now it's a lot of that mindset where you have to work. You have to work every day. You have to be busy every day, and if you're not busy every day, you're not being productive. but I've rotted away in my bed for the past probably 2 weeks. Well, probably longer than that because of break. And I probably will for the next 2 weeks. But I'm resting because I can rest right now. But I think what's also difficult with that is like the 5-day work week, 9 to 5 mindset that we have, where you have to basically work and you don't really get time to yourself to do that because you have to work, and then right after work you're too tired, so you go straight to sleep, and then you wake up, you do it all over again, and then on the weekends, you know, you have stuff to do, so you're busy all the time, feel like you're working every day. But I don't think that's a good mindset for people. But there's not really like, I don't know, I feel like there's maybe not a lot we can do about that right now. Maybe there is, maybe I'm being silly. Let's see. How do you manage your time? So I feel like managing time is definitely something that people are not good at. And by people I mean me, because I'm just not good at managing my time ever. I will have a whole to-do list and not get anything done. I'll get a bunch of other stuff done, but not get anything done that I was actually supposed to get done that day. Because I'm also a huge procrastinator. So what I do, and this might be like, I don't know, but I took some advice from Lexi Hidalgo, which if you don't know who Lexi is, she is basically a TikToker, YouTuber, podcaster. Maybe she's not a YouTuber. Maybe she just, I don't know. But if you look her up, you'll see who she is. She's really awesome, I think, and really good about this stuff. But basically she was like talking in one of her TikToks, and she said if you feel like you don't have enough time to do the things you want to get done in a day, it doesn't really matter, because you're not going to get everything done that you want to get done in the day, if that makes sense. But if you just tell yourself that you have the time for everything, you'll feel better about yourself. And let me like kind of explain that a little bit. So basically, one day, most days, I am very, very busy. At school, I'm very, very busy. And I will be like, oh my gosh, I need to get all this stuff done. I need to do everything on my to-do list all at once. And then I'll take a second to breathe, and then I'll be like, okay, you don't have time for all this, but you do have time for all this. Like, if you just tell yourself you have more time, you'll feel better about it, even if you don't get stuff done. If that makes sense. Which I feel like maybe this is why I didn't have a podcast, because I never understood what I was saying. But that's just one thing that I do, I guess, to make myself feel better. Another thing I do is I get myself treats all the time. Like, literally today I was sitting in bed and I finished an episode of Survivor, and I was like, this deserves a little treat. So I walked down to my basement, I got some ice cream, and I ate it. And I do that all the time. If I finish a test, even if I get an F on the test, if I finish a test, I will get a treat. If I complete a day, I will get a treat. If I drink water, I'll get a treat. And it's not always food. I feel like everybody's thinking that treats are always food. It doesn't have to be food. And it also doesn't have to be something that you spend money on. It can just be like, oh, the treat is I'm gonna allow myself to stay in bed an extra 10 minutes. Or I'm gonna allow myself to scroll on my phone for an extra 10 minutes. Whatever you like to do could be your treat. So just think think about it on the noggin. What's the first thing you think about when you wake up? This is actually a really good discussion point because I feel like the first thing I think about when I wake up is social media instantly. Mostly Snapchat. I don't know why, because I'm not a big fan of Snapchat, and I kind of have been deleting people off of Snapchat that I don't want on there anymore. But I think that streaks have really gotten their grip on me. Like, I don't know what it is about a number that counts up the days that you've been sending pictures to someone back and forth, but I think it's like so cool. And I hate texting on there. I hate that people use it as their main form of communication, mostly when they're communicating with me, because I'm like, just text me. But I do truly love Snapchat. I think it's a great way to see what people are up to watch. Like, mostly I like private stories. I like posting on mine, but at the same time it's very, I feel pressure to post on there sometimes, and like the quality of posts that I post on there. So I feel like that's not the greatest, but I feel like Snapchat has good moments, but it also has bad moments. I understand why people delete it, and I commend them, because I don't think I could delete Snapchat yet. I've been thinking about it, but I just don't think I could. I have so many memories on there, in my memories like folder, and I think my highest streak is like 2,600, which is gonna sound crazy, but it's my cousin who we're not gonna end a streak because we're cousins. We're always gonna be cousins. So for that reason, I feel like Snapchat really, I do enjoy it. I'm not on it though a lot. Like, I will leave people on delivered for hours at a time. Like 12, okay? I feel like I've had people on open for 24 hours now. But I feel like social media in general, there are good parts to it, but you have to recognize the bad parts to it in order to truly get it, I guess. Because I feel like the most toxic social media app right now is TikTok. I feel like YouTube is pretty chill. Like, you can really do a lot on YouTube. I feel like Instagram is also pretty chill. It's not like casual. Like, I know a lot of people feel pressure to dress up for Instagram and put on a good show for them and everything, but at the same time I feel like Instagram is pretty chill. I feel like the one that's really toxic right now is TikTok, and again, because I just feel like whenever I go on there, I cannot help but get an advertisement from these influencers, and it's just not as entertaining as it used to be, and it's hard for me to continue to be on that app, but I continue scrolling because my brain is addicted to it, which is not good. But yeah, this video is like 23 minutes long now, so I think I might answer one more question. But if you have any questions about self-care, advice, or anything, let me know in the comments below, because I actually do really enjoy filming this video, and I think I might do it again. Not for a while, maybe, but I do enjoy making this video. So yeah. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna kind of put my own little twist on this question. It says, what negative thinking patterns keep you from growing into the person you want to be? I think negative thinking patterns, like being down on yourself always, there's no way to avoid it, you know? There's no way to never have a bad thought about yourself ever, because people are gonna have bad thoughts about themselves, but the way you respond to that, I think, is more powerful than the bad thought itself. So what I have been doing recently is, like, I notice if I'm in the mirror and I'm saying like, oh, like, I don't like this, and this about me, everything that I say wrong about me, I say 5 things that I like about myself. Even if I say one thing wrong about me, if I'm like, oh, like, I look bloated today or whatever, I'll say 5 things I like about myself. So I'll be like, I like my eyes. I think my eyes are really pretty. I like my nose shape. I like the earrings that I'm wearing today and how they fit in my ear. I like the way that my hair lays on my head, and, you know, stuff like that. And it might seem like overkill and it might seem annoying, but to be completely honest, I feel like it's changed the way how I view myself, because I feel like every girl goes through body issues at some point, and I feel like there's no way to avoid it. But it's really helped me when I'm having a bad day with my body to be like, hey, like, this is all the great things that your body does for you. So turning one negative thought into a good couple positive thoughts have really changed my viewpoint and my thinking about everything, really. Like, I feel like I'm more confident. I feel like, you know, it doesn't matter if I'm like bloated or whatever, because everyone gets it, and like, you know, I feel like I'm in this body, right? I'm in this body for the rest of my life. You know, there's no changing, there's no switching bodies. This isn't Freaky Friday. But it's very important that I accept that. Like, you have to accept that you're just going to be in this body for the rest of your life, or else you'll never get past your problems. So accepting is the first step. And if you accept your body and you're like, hey, like, I might not feel the best about my body today, but it does all these wonderful, amazing things for me, and it makes me a living, breathing person on this earth, it really helps. That's what I'm saying. It helps to just, I don't know, be dope. It's also really cool that we're all different. Okay, none of you are exactly alike. Even if you're twins, you still have your own personalities. You have your own little quirks and everything. So that's awesome. And yeah, that closes out this video, this little unedited, uncensored. If you have any questions about what the heck I'm talking about, let me know in the comments below, because I feel like some parts I don't. Okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna let you know a little secret. I don't actually plan any of my videos out. Like, I never plan any of my videos out, and this one I planned out the least out of all my videos. I didn't even know what questions I was answering. So if you didn't understand a part of this video, let me know in the comments below, because I probably am gonna look back at this and be like, what was I even talking about? And I have no idea, but I'm not gonna edit it, so that's fun. Yeah, also like, comment, and subscribe. I was about to say we are 232 strong, but I feel like that is just not something that I want to say, but I already said it, so, you know, this is what happens late at night. My just inner thoughts come out and make me super awesome. So yeah. And if you want another self-care episode, let me know in the comments down below. and I'll actually have questions, okay? And I'll come up with my own questions and my own pieces of advice that can actually help you. I forgot that my camera had a recording limit, so sorry about that. But anyways, bye.